Guys, there is one big thing happening on the charts for Bitcoin right now. This is something we have been seeing previously, and the last time this happened, we did see a big move for Bitcoin. So I'm going to explain what this means. We're talking about Bitcoin on shorter time frames. We're talking about a couple of very important patterns you need to pay attention to right now, because today's Sunday is very important for Bitcoin, because also the traditional markets are opening up and this is going to influence Bitcoin. Welcome back, everybody. My name is Cristiano, bringing you cryptocurrency videos every day, teaching you how to make money in this market. Before we get started, if you enjoy the content, make sure to subscribe and activate the bell right now. So let's jump on over to Bitcoin. So for Bitcoin here, nothing has changed. We're still going sideways as we have been for a good 10 days or so. You know, we have been hovering between the orange line at $47,000 and the orange box at $50,000 approximately. Going sideways, a lot of people are getting bored, but I believe that we could potentially see a big move for Bitcoin here very soon. But you can see that we are struggling with this very particular orange line right here at 49,460. So we will want to break through this. Of course, we have a big resistance level above this. So that's, the short term. Things are still looking as they have been, basically. We still need to break through the orange box up here. But let me show you something extremely important. So as you know, we have this downward sloping, resistance line right here. This is on the 4-hourly time frame. And we actually, as I extended this line, you can see that right now we're also getting rejected off of this previous support, now turned into resistance right here. You can see that we had a fake out here, got rejected right here, and also big pump here, got rejected, rejection here. So you can see that this is, if we continue to, go sideways and get rejected here, this is sloping downwards, meaning that we are going to continue to go down in that case. So this is all on the short time frame, guys. This is on the 4-hourly time frame. So remember this trend line right here, because now I'm going to move over to this chart. So what you have here on the daily time frame is kind of the same. You have a downwards sloping trend line. Now on the daily time frame, you can see that we went up here, we got rejected, and we went down even lower. Now, if we continue to get rejected of this previous support, now turned into resistance, of course, we are going to continue to slide down and trend down here. But then we have another thing. This means that we are going to get stuck between a rock and a hard place, because we have the blue line. So what is the blue line? This is on the daily time frame, the 200-day moving average. You can see that we did break through it here straight up once we got below it. And then this is also where we found very strong support on this particular candle, had a big bounce. So what this means, and by the way, if we break through this blue line, that is not good news for Bitcoin. That is going to be a very bearish, indication for Bitcoin. So we will want this to hold. And now you see the problem, because if we want this to hold, well, then we will need to break through this downward sloping resistance right here, because this is sloping downwards while this is trending upwards. So in other words, we could form some kind of triangle like this, okay? We could form some kind of triangle like that. We have this going slightly up here. This is going to, start accelerating less and less as the Bitcoin price is going down. But nonetheless, this is probably going to be, not at least going down, but definitely, sloping upwards or going sideways at the very least. And then we have, this trend line potentially continuing, forming this kind of triangle. So we are going to most likely, if this continues, if we do not see a break above the resistance here, and we do not see a break below the 200-day moving average, we're most likely going to form a bit of a triangle, and that is going to lead into a big move for Bitcoin. But that's not all, guys, because if I take away all of this, so you also have the downward sloping orange line here. So same thing there. If I extend this, and again, I flip on the moving average, we have this also influencing the situation. So potentially, something like that. And then we will either have to break through the blue line, which is going to be something like this, or the orange and the red one. So you can see that this is going to be a very, very interesting situation. And this is going to unfold basically within a week or so, I believe. So yeah, be prepared for that, guys. A massive move is coming for Bitcoin, because if we break through those levels, it's mostly going to be very volatile. But that's not all, because also we have on the weekly time frame this massive ascending wedge. And same thing here. If we break through the blue line on the daily time frame, remember the blue line is right now at about $47,000. Well, if we break through that, well, we can have some resistance here of the support level of this wedge. It's most likely going to be somewhere around $45,000. But if the breakdown from the blue line here is going to be severe, then maybe we're also going to break down from this wedge here. But that's not all, because also what we have, and this is a big one, is on the weekly time frame we have this blue 21 EMA. And this particular candle, as you know, I wanted us to rally above this blue line, because if we close below this blue line and continue to trend below this, that's not a very good sign, but we can still have a rally today. We need to go up by about $5,000, which is of course a lot. It's not impossible, but it's pretty far-fetched at this point that we are going to rally by $5,000 in just, I don't know, 24 hours. But in that case, we could, get above this on the weekly time frame, get above the blue line, the 21 EMA, and close above it. But at this point, it's not looking likely. So that's also a very bearish sign. And another thing is also here on the weekly time frame, you can see that this trend line is very important here on the top. And same thing here. If we break below the blue line here, that's also going to mean that we're most likely also going to break, or we are technically going to break, for certain going to break below this trend line as well. Granted, it comes within, this week or next week or so. So it may sound like I am super bearish here. Well, short term, we do have these things to pay attention to, and we need to be cautious. I am, very bullish on Bitcoin long term, but short term, this is the situation. And the saving grace would, of course, be if we just continue to go up here in traditional markets, because this is what I believe, started the whole thing with Bitcoin, that we started to go down here in traditional markets. We had a big dump in Bitcoin as well. And now people are, still trying to regain confidence, basically. People got hurt by this drop in Bitcoin, this massive drop here. So people are still trying to regain confidence. But if we can, we can see that the traditional markets here, they are still very close to an all-time high, because after having this, and here's the thing, after having this big drop here, well, we had the drop, but Bitcoin was pretty much lagging behind. So this was dropping, Bitcoin was going sideways. And then we had a big drop in Bitcoin. And now the traditional markets are going up, but we're not having that big pump in Bitcoin. So it seems like Bitcoin is just lagging behind a bit. And I do believe we are going to see that eventually. Granted, the traditional markets continues to do well. So that's my thesis. It has been my thesis throughout this whole, bearish period here. We will see if it is going to remain true. And if that remains true, well, I do believe that we are going to have a big pump in Bitcoin. Quick update for XRP here. For XRP on the weekly time frame, you can see that we are still inside of this triangle. We're finding support here. So we'll want this to, or if you want to trade this, of course, you can trade this to the downside if we break through this level. But other than that, if you believe that this is going to hold, could be a good buying opportunity for XRP and ride this to the next resistance level up here. So trading opportunity for XRP here. VLaunch is a project I've been talking about on Twitter recently. I do believe that this is going to do extremely well, and you can actually claim some free tokens for VLaunch by joining their Telegram group. So make sure to do that. The launch is scheduled for the 15th of December, so just in a couple of days. And I am an investor in this project, so full disclosure, but this is a project I think is going to do extremely well. I think it's going to absolutely, rock in terms of price appreciation and delivery here. So very interested in this project. Of course, I am an investor, as I said. I would not invest if I did not, believe that this was going to do very well. So if you want to claim some free tokens, still a couple of days left. You can join the conversation. It's vlaunch.com. Also, a quick reminder for the Crypto Champions NFT set. So these are being released now. Now, if you want to know more about this, you can check out my video I posted a couple of days ago. But this basically, the NFT gives you access to this very exclusive crypto community of like-minded individuals trying to make money, sharing knowledge. And basically they're trying to create a top crypto community. So if you want to get involved with this, it's cryptochampionsnft.io. Make sure to check that out, and also check out my video if you haven't done that already. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one.